So today, my informative briefing is going to be about the start of makeup, or the history of makeup, if you will. I chose this topic because rather than my DIY acrylic idea, I have a little bit more information about this, and because I have a little bit more experience with doing makeup rather than doing my nails, because I started doing my nails maybe like a year ago, but I've been doing my makeup since I was like 12 years old, and I've seen different trends. I've tried different trends, such as, you know, the cat eyeliner that everybody did in middle school, or the horrible smoky eye that everybody did when they first started doing makeup. And lastly, the horrible, the dreadful light pink Nicki Minaj 2013 trend. I've done it all. I've seen it all. And without further ado, let's just get into it. The first thing I want to say is people wear makeup for a lot of different reasons. The three main reasons that I can think about is cultural, or they do it to fit into a beauty standard depending on what part of the world you're in, and they do it for self-expression. So the first thing I want to talk about, and I think is really important, is the cultural aspect. Like, how do people do makeup for a culture? The first thing I can think about is the ancient Egyptians. This can go as far back as 332 BC. The ancient Egyptians would use things like ash, and they would use things like burnt almonds to rub around their eyelids to give them this kind of like smoky eyeliner eyeshadow look. And they did this because this was said to ward off evil spirits, so kind of like to protect them. And they probably thought like, okay, I look good, like I like this is a look. But they mainly did it like, okay, I need to be safe, like I need to be protected. So it could go either way, but it's mainly for a cultural aspect. The second thing I want to talk about is the fitting into a beauty standards. Like in America, we do more bold makeup. Like you want to be seen. In Japan, is where I live now, people do more soft makeup. It's very soft. You want to look like you have makeup on, but you don't really want to look like you have makeup on, if that makes sense. So very natural. And the people that I think about, again, is going back to ancient Greece, ancient Rome, and their makeup standard was pale, very pasty. So they would do things like get white powders and put it on their face to make their skin look porcelain, because porcelain skin, pasty skin, pale skin was considered beautiful, and women would do anything to look like that. And the last thing that I stated was self-expression. Self-expression it started from the early 1900s to the 1950s to current time, to where people were just doing makeup for them, not to show, maybe to show it off, but it's mainly for them to enhance their beauty, to say, wow, I look good. And another thing I should have mentioned is throughout these years, like the ancient Egyptians, the Greeks and the Romans, and then people now, everybody now, is the Egyptians, men and women wore makeup. So it was more acceptable and nobody batted an eye. And then the ancient Greeks, ancient Romans, it was mainly women. And then the 3 years that I mentioned is the early 1900s, mainly women, a lot of women, like majority women. Also the 1950s, majority women. And then now, in the year 2020, it's everybody's wearing makeup, regardless of gender. Like, regardless of what you look like, anybody can wear makeup, and they do it just to be them. So I say all this to say that makeup can be used for a lot of different things, but those were my